All right. Earlier, I introduced you to Joe, who we assigned to fly with Major Don Ross. Joe's the young student that tripped Don during a intramural softball game. So it was only fitting that we provide the opportunity for the two to get to know each other. They got off to a bad start, if you will. But anyway, that's how I got to meet Joe and how we got started. As it turns out, I actually love flying with that kid. Truth be told, I probably saw more of myself in him than I saw in myself. But be that as it may, oftentimes we'd be up flying together, and he was good and he was teachable, and it was fun to teach him things, watch him pick up on it, and learn from it. So this one day we're up there flying and on a contact sortie, just doing aerobatics and stalls and falls and whatever. And he asked about doing a particular maneuver. I can't remember which one it was. I said, sure, go ahead. So he did it and screwed it up. And when he screwed it up and recovered from it, we were flying along a little bit. I don't know if he was shaken by it or what, but he said to me, he says, sir, he says, you knew I was going to fuck that up, didn't you? And I said, yeah, Joe, I did. I certainly did. Got quiet up there for a little bit, and then he comes back and he says, well, God damn you, sir. He says, God damn you. But that's the type of, and I laughed at him, but that's the type of relationship we had. I just really enjoyed flying with him. So this one day, I'm up flying with a marginal student, Pedro, and Pedro was struggling in formation, really having a hard time getting it. So I was up trying to work with him and trying to help him get things sorted out. And Joe was our wingman. He started out as a wingman, and then halfway through the mission, we traded leads, and he began to lead us through a series of maneuvers. And then he was taking us back to the base. Now, on occasion, we would brief for the recovery. We would brief to line up on the recovery radio from the base, opposite direction of the base, and then we would do a pitch out, 4 seconds pitch out, and then come out about a mile behind them, the lead, and then during the recovery we would be going downhill in the descent. So that's what we were doing this particular day. I wanted to teach Pedro how to do a rejoins going downhill. Not all rejoins we do are straight level flight, and so this afforded an opportunity to execute a recovery and get a rejoin in. So you get more bang for your teaching buck. So anyway, Joe's sitting there on the radio heading downhill. It wasn't a steep descent, but it was, it was healthy. But all right. And here comes Pedro. Well, Pedro didn't realize that we should pull the power before we get to the normal sight picture, because we're going downhill and God's gravity's working for us. And that's one of the lessons I wanted to teach him. But on this particular day, Pedro decided to get real aggressive on his rejoin. Well, swell. So we're coming downhill and we're offset one wing or the other, and Joe's airplane's getting real big real fast in our windscreen, in our canopy or windscreen. And so we came down, and Joe said later he was looking and watching in the mirrors, and he saw us coming in on him, and it scared the crap out of Joe. Anyway, as we came by, he pulled up and went over the top of us to let us shoot through. And I knew during the debrief at some point or another there was going to be you knew that was going to happen, didn't you? God damn you, sir. But anyway, as it turns out, Joe and I developed that friendship in the summer there of 1976. And it is so dear to me today to call him up and just check on him, see how he's doing, chat about this, that, and the other. And I really treasure that friendship, along with many others I made along the way. You just never knew when how flying with these kids was going to turn out. This is one that really turned out great.